Some unseen piano scored the moment when we snuck behind the trees. The final disappear under the weight of troubles stuck in an empty the first ones to break through, and all across the field, the poppies come again. In the overflow car lot, waiting for your call. I'm not alone, I've got the radio on. Someone made a big machine that somehow keeps the air more clean and journey or something I forgot. To see a final Still at home when the day is done. Now the evening comes. Oh, the evening comes again. And you ask me what I'm thinking of. I am always in love. I am always in love with you. It's true. I am always in love with you. Ooh, I am always in love with you. Flowers in the grass at noon, reaching up to the sun, reaching up to the sun. And the cactus by the staircase soon prefers to bloom by the light of the moon. I am always in love with
Wonderful stuff. I lose live in session with Poppies. So, Shana, we just mentioned the postponed sessions before for various reasons and stuff, but we do know that you went through a really difficult period in your life, and I know that you don't mind talking about this, so I wouldn't have brought it up, but you had a cancer diagnosis.
Yeah, I did. About 2 years ago, I guess, 2022.
Okay. And so, obviously, to deal with something like that is, I can't even imagine, really, you know. But how did it affect you as a musician, you know, and the way that you approached the songs that you were writing and the topics that you were writing about?
Yeah, I think for a while, when I was sort of in the thick of all of the stress and anxiety around the diagnosis, it was really hard to write songs at all. And when I started to kind of come out the other side of it and see sort of the light at the end of the tunnel, you know, overused metaphor, but feels very appropriate somehow. It was I was still sort of in the darkness, but I could sort of see that maybe someday I would get out. Right. That was around the time that we got together and decided to just start working on some songs. And we didn't really know we were making a record. We just thought, oh, let's just kind of write some songs, make some demos, see what happens. And this album came out of that. And I think it ended up being just a really powerful time to write songs, because I felt like I was really sort of processing a lot in real time as we were writing, and I think that it made the record just feel like it has a special energy to me. I listened to this record even after listening to it a million times when we were recording and mixing it, and all the steps. It takes like a year for an album to come out, but it still feels really fresh to me. And I think it's because those feelings were really fresh. I wasn't sort of writing about things that happened a long time ago. I was writing about something that I was still sort of trying to understand.
Yeah, so I mean, was it the case that some of the songs kind of made even more sense the more that you heard them, from just writing almost subconsciously about what you've been through? Yeah,
definitely. Yeah, I think that I sort of came to understand what I had been through just sort of listening to the album.
Right. Well, I mean, they do say music is cathartic, which is probably the right word to use for it, I would imagine. So with the album, you told me that you worked previously with Ty Segall. Who did you record this album with?
With Miriam here, our esteemed keyboard player.
Right, okay, excellent stuff. And now you're a member of the band. Now, I do remember, pardon me, there was a band who went into the studio with a saxophonist playing producer. And the producer said, I think this song could do with some saxophone on it. We don't have a sax player. Well, I play sax. The whole album, pardon me, ended up with saxophone on it. So is it going to end up like Rick Wakeman? Are you going to end up with like 16 keyboards all around you? And you'll be doing...
I mean, if I can, yeah, if I'm allowed.
I think you probably should, And so, as usual, an all-women lineup, And so, have you ever had a man within the band that you've been working with?
No, I think different producers that we've worked with have added things here or there. When we were working with Dan Auerbach, he did a slide part, and I was like, yeah, that was cool. I wouldn't have thought of that. But yeah, it's usually something kind of minimal like that in overdubs.
Keep it that way.
Yeah, no, for sure.
I read also that you were you first started playing guitar at the age of 7.
Yeah, I feel like it might have been a little... I think I wrote my first song around that time.
Right,
but,
okay.
Yeah, and it was about a guitar.
Was it? Okay, fair enough.
But I wrote a
love song to a guitar.
It was called Sugar Filled Guitar.
Right, okay.
About an imaginary guitar that was full of sugar,
Well,
classic.
perfect. I mean, you'd never go hungry, would you?
Exactly. It was you'll never run out of sugar with your sugar-filled guitar. There's a line from the song.
We could have co-written that one together, obviously, on the same page. But what music were you listening to at that point in time?
That's a good question.
You've got to be honest now, haven't you?
I was probably listening to a lot of Beatles. I kind of grew up on the Beatles, and then later found out that there were other bands in the world.
Well, but the Beatles are one of the best.
I think they're the best.
I do. I probably do. And I tell you what, at this juncture, I need to say, if ever you get a day off in Liverpool, you need to do, if you haven't done it already, the Liverpool Beatles tour. They used to do it on the actual proper Magical Mystery Tour bus, but it conked out because it was quite old. But I've been on it twice, and you go to McCartney's house and John Lennon's house and George Harrison's house. You fly past Ringo's house for some reason. But there's Strawberry Fields and Penny Lane. It's such a great experience. I really would recommend it. It's so fabulous. And before you get back to the music, we've got the dates to go to as well. But I also read that when you were a toddler, your band opened for your parents' band.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, and what kind of music were they playing?
They were playing blues. Both my parents still play blues.
Right, okay, excellent. All right, well, it's been fabulous thus far. It will continue to be that, I know. Tomorrow you're playing Brighton Psych Fest.
Yes.
And then Saturday you play the Psych Fest in Manchester. Sunday, guess what? Edinburgh. Psych Fest. Then Tuesday, Bristol, Strange Brew. And Wednesday you play London, Moth Club.
Yes.
And the album is called News of the Universe, and it came out in May, so everybody can go and buy it anyway. But Lalou's live in session. 2 more tunes to come, so what are you going to do next for us?
We're going to do a song called Strange World.
Yeah, great. Thank you.